Looking around the screen, I am obliged with the collected expertise gathered here. We are deeply honored to welcome you all. A warm morning to our adjudicator, faculty coordinator, and participants. I am Srishti God, the student coordinator of National Debate Competition, along with my teammate Shirin Khan, and we extend a gratitude to our honorable guest, Miss Archana Nair. Ma'am is a graduate from Government of Law College, Mumbai. Ma'am is a manager with ICICI Prudential Life Insurance Company and works with the legal team. While at Government Law College, she served as a joint secretary at the Legal Aid Committee and has received Award, uh, Best Legal Aid Worker Award for her work and hard work. I am also thankful to Mr. Nakul Singh Chauhan, our Assistant Professor, PIMR Department of Law, for being here. The room is ready and the tables are set. So let's start with our awaited Padma Shri NNJM National Debate Round.
Thank you, Srishti, for introducing me. I would like the participants to introduce themselves before we proceed with the debate. So, Team DEB 7, please introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Anjali Raghuvanshi. I'm studying in Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal. I am pursuing course BA LLB Honors and I'm in second semester.
Team DEB 46, please request you to introduce yourself.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Harshit Singh. I'm from Patna, and I'm currently studying BA LLB at Symbiosis Law School, Hyderabad.
Team DEB 7 will be speaking for the motion, and DEB 46 will be speaking against the motion. So I think we can proceed with the rounds. DEB 7, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Whole world is suffering from the COVID-19 pandemic, and there is no issue or activity that is more important than the treatment of this pandemic. In India, it is spreading very fastly, and there is no vaccine to cure it. In fact, the testing as well as the treatment is very costly, which is providing free of cost by the government. Here our topic comes. Is the free testing of COVID-19 in India justified? I certainly believe that it ought to be free. Even the Supreme Court passed an interim order directed that the testing for COVID-19 would be free. Core thrust of the order lays down that the government has kept the cost of testing at Rs 4,500 for private labs, making it entirely legitimate. And the private labs which are selected are large enough and are able to take the blow for a short period of time. And later on, government will reimburse it soon. It is extremely difficult for the common people, especially people, to get themselves tested. And being no native inside, the people are constrained to pay the amount for protecting their life, no matter whether they have this much income or not. And what if the entire family is infected? Not testing them just because they don't have money will only spread the pandemic. At this time, government need help of private labs for testing to increase the testing rates because the testing rate should be 1 lakh per day, but now the rate is very low. Private labs should support and should not look forward for profit making. And if they are worrying about reimbursement, then can create a portal and upload the information of testing and can get hand-to-hand reimbursement. The problem is majorly spread due to the gathering of people for their religious function. That itself is a trust and have money to help people for testing. In these times of crisis and pandemic, wealth and economic class determining who can get tested and who cannot is conducive for making crisis worse. Hence, free testing is justified, and it is the duty of the government to do testing free of cost, as it is getting fund on name of this. Thank you.
Can you please tell me the time that DEB 7 has taken?
Ma'am, it is 2.42 seconds.
Dep 46, you can proceed with your motion.
But Harshit, you can start now.
Okay. Good afternoon to one and all present here. The topic for the today's debate is free medical testing of COVID-19 in India justified? And I'm against the motion. Before I start with anything else, I would like to say in India, there are two types of sectors, government sectors and private sectors, and both work together for the betterment of the country. Same is the situation with government hospital and labs, private hospital and labs. Both run in a coordinative manner to make our country better and better day by day. But if free testing of COVID-19 is allowed, two situations are going to happen. Either the private labs hospital have to shut down, or they will have to stop the testing, because we all know that private hospital or labs runs in a profit basis and they need money. And if free testing is there, they will not be able to earn money. And eventually they will have to shut down or stop testing. And if this happens, we are going to lose the fight against corona virus at such a crucial stage when there is a danger of community level transition. Supreme Court in its order used the word humanitarian ground, but what I believe is that there is something called practical approach, which needs to be emphasized more. And practical approach says that as per the reports of Economic Times, a single testing kit costs 3,000 rupees and private hospital labs has to bear on its own. Apart from that, the cost of PPE kits, the safety of their health workers, all are taken care by the private hospital labs alone. No one is going to aid them. Although, as per the order of 13th April, the Supreme Court clearly said government is going to reimburse. But I would like to highlight a point that there was no roadmap regarding this. There was no protocol given by the mentioned by the government that how they will reimburse. And at the end, what might happen is that many of the private labs and hospital existing in our country may not get proper reimbursed. Apart from that, the opponent could say that if the free testing is there, the accessibility would increase. But I would like to counter here that if accessibility is increased, the rates of testing COVID-19 will decrease because private lab will not support this. And if the risk decreases, it's going to hamper us. As per the reports of Ministry of Family Health Welfare, Government of India, May 3rd, till May 3rd, 1 million tests have occurred. And this has only happened because the government and the private institution, hospital labs were working in a coordinated manner. But if the private lab institution stops working because of free medical testing, then the rate is going to decrease sharply and it's going to hamper us. We would have done this approach of free medical testing if our country was in an equivalent position to that of Spain, where there is nationalization of private healthcare. But in India, it's not like that. And the situation, the ground reality is that in India, the private labs and hospitals are not able to bear the cost, even if the government has given a minimum benchmark of 4,500. So at the end, I would say that I'm against the motion and fail to understand why my commendable adversary think the other way. They just need to flesh out the argument. They don't care whether the truth is prevailing or it's lost. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb 46. Timekeeper, can you tell me the time taken by Deb 46?
Yes, ma'am, it is 3 minutes 29 seconds.
I have one point of clarification from each of you. First, I'll put my question up to Deb 7. You said that the private labs should not be concerned with reimbursement. So, but the judgment given by the Supreme Court does not have any roadmap. as per the reimbursement, as to how the reimbursement will be done. Do you have any suggestions that the government should be following for the reimbursement procedure?
Ma'am, actually, I said if they are worried for reimbursement, then they can make a portal and upload information so that they can get hand-in-hand reimbursement.
Deb 46.
Yes, ma'am.
My question to you is, you said that the private labs paying, like giving free tests would not be a practical approach. But isn't this situation of a pandemic, and doesn't a situation where a pandemic takes place requires more of a balance of a practical and humanitarian nature rather than just thinking of profit making?
Ma'am, if we take the combination of practical approach and humanitarian ground, then it will be reducing the price of the tests and charging a feasible rate. But making it free is completely against what the private labs and hospital need, because at least they also need some money to buy the kits and take care of the safety of their health workers and maintain many more things like to sanitize the places, and lots of things are there. So completely making it free is not an option. At least what I suggest is that there should be a reduce in the price rather than making it completely free.
Okay. Just one more point of clarification from you. You said that the accessibility will increase if the
Yes, ma'am.
if the tests are made free, but
Yes,
you
ma'am.
pointed out that the private labs might not be in support of free testing, hence it will reduce the testing rate. But when
Yes,
Supreme
ma'am.
Court is giving an order, isn't the private lab liable to go forward and undertake, like, do the required steps to undertake that order, to implement that order?
Ma'am, they are certainly liable because Supreme Court is the ultimate apex authority. But the point which which I raised here is that even after the Supreme Court is telling, but there is no proper roadmap given by the government. So it might that there are many examples where Supreme Court passes a judgment, but it is not followed, and there is a type of violation, or some people are against that judgment. So I'm telling that in this case also there might be that some private labs may be against the judgment. They will say, I'll, in the name of conducting tests, they will conduct tests, but they will not charge fees for a particular test, but they can charge fees for something else. They will show on a proper document that yes, we are not charging a fees for the test, but they have to earn money, so they can charge money from the patient or the people coming to them in any other ways. There are n number of ways of charging money. So ultimately, they are charging money. Even the Supreme Court judgment passed on paper, they are just showing that yes, we are following the order of Supreme Court. We are not charging any money from the people coming to us, but the ground reality is that they are charging money in name of something else.
Okay, thank you. We can go forward with the rebuttal round. Deb 7.
Okay. As my worthy opponent said, for profit of private labs, then this time is of crisis. That this should not be for the profit making. Government needs support from the private labs, which is very important for a country. And government is also underfunded. It is not getting funds in sufficient.
The video has been paused. It's not coming.
Yeah, there's some internet connectivity issue. Let's just wait for her.
To the treatment. And at first speech,
So can you please tell her to repeat
portal
everything
should be made.
because buffering.
Okay.
Actually, what we can do is, Anjali, there was some problem with your video. Shireen, please reset the clock, and Anjali, can you please begin once again?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can I start?
Sure, you can start.
Okay, as my worthy opponent said about profit, then this time is of crisis. This is not for the profit making for private labs. Private labs should help government because government is underfunded. It is not getting fund. It has not enough fund for the treatment, and for the roadmap of can say reimbursement at 13th government said about reimbursement that 500 million tests are reimbursed, and as I mentioned, the portal, private labs can make the portal so that they can get hand in hand reimbursement, and there is no issue of when the government will reimburse and all, and that of price rupees 4500 for a kit, then the government is in loss of rupees 500. It cost rupees 5000 per kit as stated by the ICMR. Thank you.
Deb 46, you can go for the rebuttal.
Okay, with due regards, I would like to say to the opponent that first of all, government is not underfunded. In PM CARES Fund for COVID-19, there has been an ample amount of funds given by the people of India. Apart from that, whatever my worthy opponent told in his speech, what I personally feel is that there was no solution given as to the approach. First of all, the opponent talked about hand-in-hand reimbursement. I think just saying mere hand-in-hand reimbursement will not serve the purpose. The opponent should have provided a proper meaning of that hand-in-hand reimbursement, so that the hand-in-hand reimbursement thing was not clear. Apart from that, there was no any solution given to all the problem that she talked about. And she talked about making private labs should not think about the profit. So my question to the worthy opponent is that if private lab will not earn profit, how will they earn? Even the private hospitals, how will they earn if they are not making any profit out of it? Apart from that, she stated an order of Supreme Court of 13th April. So again, I would like to mention that Supreme Court said that the government will reimburse, but again, there was no proper roadmap or proper methodology given, so that it would be much clear for the private labs and hospital to understood and follow the orders of the Supreme Court. Again, one more point that my worthy opponent mentioned is that how will the people who are having the symptoms of coronavirus will get tested? So the answer to this is that there are many government run labs and hospitals. They can easily go there and get free of cost. It's not that they have to just go to the private hospital if they have less of money or if they are not well financed. So they can easily go to a government lab which is offering a free diagnosis to the COVID-19 thing. Thank you so much.
Can you tell me the time that Deb 6 and 46 has taken in the rebuttal round?
Deb 7 has taken 1 minute in the rebuttal, and Deb 46 has taken 2 minutes 3 seconds.
I have a few questions. Deb 7, like your opponent has said that there are other options, like if the government has made testing free in the government provided labs. Do you think it is feasible for a country of 1.3 billion that only the government labs do the testing and a rapid testing can take place?
No, ma'am. Not only if government labs are sufficient, then government should not go to private labs seeking for their help. In this country with this vast population, private labs are needed very much, because government labs are not sufficient enough to testing each and every person and reaching each and every corner of the country.
Do you think for the rate, for the price fixing and the reimbursement, can insurance companies play any role in?
Yes, ma'am. Insurance company can definitely play a vital role. We can reimburse 45% from them. We can't get that sector freely. We can't let it go freely.
Deb 46.
Yes, ma'am.
The question for you is, as far as you're mainly concerned with profit making, so I just wanted to ask you one thing. In a pandemic situation, isn't it enough that your cost is covered for the kids instead of focusing on profit? Because the government has made it clear it is not included small laboratories. The laboratories included are like which have the bandwidth to take a hit for at least a month or two. So do you still think that profit should be the main emphasis right now instead of just covering the cost?
Ma'am, first of all, I would like to answer this with a very good quote that our Prime Minister said. Jaan and Jahan both are zaruri in this situation. And I was reading this I was reading a article in business, not article, in fact, interview given by the Novartis CEO in Business Standard. He said that 4,500 is not enough to cover the cost of the testing kits that the government has set as a benchmark. It should be a little more. So that is the major concern. So even the situation is that the big companies, the big testing companies, or big laboratories are still not getting the enough profit, or in fact they're not getting the minimum amount that is required to cover the testing kits and all. Still they're working day and night for the betterment. So I think we should look here at both the situation: profit to run their own business and a minimal rate, so that they can the testing is feasible.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, both the teams. So you have put forward some very enlightening views on the topic, given me a different approach towards it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now I request Professor Nakul Singh Chauhan to please present the vote of thanks to our honorable adjudicate.
Before proposing my vote of thanks, do I have Archana ma'am's permission to share a few points?
Yeah, sure. Sure, sir.
So, Anjali, I was listening to your rebuttal, and I really feel that you could have come a little strong. There are two sectors that very rarely go in loss if managed properly. One is education, and second is healthcare. So even before there was a pandemic like Corona, the healthcare sector was in super profit, running in super profit. And now, considering the fact that your opponent was pressing on the point of making profit, you could have really countered by saying that the hospitals and the dispensaries and the clinics have been making profits, and the testing labs have been making super profits for a very long time, and it is now time for them to pay their debt to the society. That is something that you should have stressed upon, and you could have also brought in more of the humanitarian element to your rebuttal by saying that people's lives matter, and at the end of the day, if the people who are proposing that there should be some amount of compensation for the test that they're conducting, or the tests that are being conducted should not be for free. If they are infected with the virus, we would want to know their stance. Another thing is that with Harshit came out very strong in the rebuttal, and Harshit, you should try and avoid making a lot of judgments against your opponent. That does not come off very nicely in a debate. So you need to be a little mellow towards your opponent also. You don't have to absolutely
yes, sir.
annihilate your opponent. And
Yes, sir.
you also did a good job. Both of you did a good job, considering the fact that both of you are just pursuing your graduation. Things change, perspectives change once you start working and once you grow in life. So all the best to both of you. That is what I wanted to add. And now I would like to proceed towards my vote of thanks. Thank you, Archana ma'am, for taking out time and being here with us. We are trying something new in a situation like this. We could not have a physical debate competition with all the participants present. But having said that, the doors of the institute are always open. We would love for you to visit our institute whenever things get normal, and I hope they get normal very soon. And I would like to thank the participants for being here. I would like to thank your institutes for giving you the permission to be here. And I hope this was a good learning experience for you. And don't worry about winning or losing. Just focus on your debating skills. I'm sure that you will do great work in the future. My best wishes are with all of you. And thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So